Hi, welcome to the quiz. You can answer along on quizalto.com, all for free. The exact URL of this quiz will be in the notes down below. Let's get started, good luck. What is the default limit for the number of environments per AWS account in Amazon Elastic Beanstalk? 10 environments. 50 environments. 40 environments. 100 environments. The default limit for the number of environments per AWS account is 40. What AWS service helps manage secrets and sensitive data for applications in Amazon Elastic Beanstalk? AWS Artifact. AWS Guard Duty. Amazon Macy. AWS Secrets Manager. AWS Secrets Manager helps manage secrets and sensitive data for applications in Elastic Beanstalk. What should you do if you want to run multiple versions of your application in Amazon Elastic Beanstalk? Update the existing environment with the new version. Modify the application code directly. Use AWS Glue to manage versions. Create separate environments for each version. Running multiple versions can be achieved by creating separate environments for each version. Which programming language is not supported by Amazon Elastic Beanstalk? Java, Ruby, COBOL, Python. Amazon Elastic Beanstalk supports Java, Python, Ruby, and other modern programming languages but does not support COBOL. How do you manage application dependencies in Amazon Elastic Beanstalk? Depend on AWS Lambda. Manually install them on each instance. Include them in the zip file or use a dependency manager. Use AWS CloudTrail. Dependencies can be managed by including them in the application package or using a dependency manager like pip for Python. What happens when you terminate an Amazon Elastic Beanstalk environment? EC2 instances are preserved. All AWS resources created for the environment are deleted. The data in S3 is lost. The environment is paused but not deleted. When you terminate an Elastic Beanstalk environment, all associated AWS resources are deleted. How does Amazon Elastic Beanstalk help with cost management? By integrating with AWS Outposts. By automatically scaling resources based on demand. By providing fixed pricing. By offering reserved instances. Elastic Beanstalk helps manage costs by automatically scaling resources based on demand, reducing unnecessary expenditure. What type of IP addressing is used for instances in Amazon Elastic Beanstalk environments? MAC addressing. Dynamic IP addressing. Static IP addressing. Broadcast addressing. Instances in Elastic Beanstalk environments use dynamic IP addressing. Can you customize the underlying infrastructure of an Amazon Elastic Beanstalk environment? Only for network resources. Only for storage resources. No, Elastic Beanstalk does not allow customization. Yes, using configuration files. You can customize the infrastructure of an Elastic Beanstalk environment using configuration files. What is the primary purpose of AWS Elastic Beanstalk environments tags? To manage user access. To organize and manage AWS resources. To store log files. To execute code. Tags help organize and manage AWS resources by allowing you to categorize them for better visibility. What kind of monitoring metrics does Amazon Elastic Beanstalk provide through CloudWatch? DNS queries. Disk I/O. CPU utilization, latency, request count. Database query performance. Elastic Beanstalk provides monitoring metrics such as CPU utilization, latency, and request count through CloudWatch. What is the primary function of Amazon Elastic Beanstalk's health monitoring system? To perform security audits. To analyze application code for bugs. To monitor and report the health of instances in the environment. To back up data periodically. Elastic Beanstalk's health monitoring system checks and reports the health status of instances running in the environment. What types of environments can you create in Amazon Elastic Beanstalk? Blockchain environments. Streaming media environments. Web server environments and worker environments. Static hosting environments. Elastic Beanstalk supports creating both web server environments and worker environments. What can you use to automate the deployment of updates to your Amazon Elastic Beanstalk environment? Amazon CloudFront. AWS Lambda. AWS Code Pipeline. AWS Direct Connect. AWS Code Pipeline can automate the deployment of updates to Elastic Beanstalk environments. What is the benefit of using Amazon Elastic Beanstalk's Managed Updates feature? Automatic updates with minimal downtime. Increased control over update process. No need for backups. Manual intervention required. Managed updates provide automatic updates with minimal downtime, ensuring your environment is up to date. Which storage option is typically used with Amazon Elastic Beanstalk to store application versions? Amazon Glacier. Amazon Redshift. Amazon EFS. Amazon S3. Application versions in Elastic Beanstalk are stored in Amazon S3. What must you configure to enable HTTPS for your Amazon Elastic Beanstalk environment? Security Group. VPC Endpoint. SSL/TLS Certificate. IAM Policy. To enable HTTPS, you need to configure an SSL/TLS certificate for your Elastic Beanstalk environment. What does Amazon Elastic Beanstalk use to store logs for your application? AWS Snowball. Amazon EBS. AWS Glue. Amazon S3 and CloudWatch logs. Logs are stored in Amazon S3 and CloudWatch logs for easy access and analysis. How can you customize the software stack in your Amazon Elastic Beanstalk environment? By using AWS Direct Connect. By using configuration files and custom AMIs. By modifying the EC2 instance type. By changing the AWS region. The software stack can be customized using configuration files and custom AMIs. In Amazon Elastic Beanstalk, what does an environment consist of? A Docker container. An application version and configuration settings. A VPC and subnets. An IAM role. An environment in Elastic Beanstalk consists of an application version and configuration settings. How do you deploy an application to Amazon Elastic Beanstalk? By uploading a zip file containing the application. By configuring a VPC. By setting up an EC2 instance. By creating an S3 bucket. Applications are deployed to Elastic Beanstalk by uploading a zip file containing the application and its dependencies. Which AWS service is integrated with Amazon Elastic Beanstalk for application monitoring? Amazon CloudWatch. Amazon S3. AWS Glue. Amazon RDS. Elastic Beanstalk integrates with Amazon CloudWatch to provide monitoring and logging for your applications. What does Amazon Elastic Beanstalk use to deploy applications in Docker containers? Multi-container Docker platform. AWS Lambda. AWS Fargate. Amazon ECS. Elastic Beanstalk uses the multi-container Docker platform to deploy applications in Docker containers. Which file format is commonly used for Amazon Elastic Beanstalk configuration files? CSV. TXT. XML. YAML. YAML is a commonly used file format for configuration files in Elastic Beanstalk. What is the AWS Elastic Beanstalk feature that automatically adjusts the number of instances based on demand? Auto-scaling. Elastic load balancing. Elastic IP. Manual scaling. Auto-scaling in Elastic Beanstalk adjusts the number of instances automatically based on demand. And that's a wrap. Thanks to everyone who participated. Remember, you can answer along on quizalto.com, where you can keep track of your progress and find much more quizzes. We hope you had a fun and challenging time. Until next time. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more. Hit the bell icon to be notified as soon as we upload. Please leave a comment if you have any thoughts or suggestions, and, if you think this video is worth sharing with someone who could benefit from it, please forward a link to them. See you next time. Thanks for watching.